Dubai's real estate market is full of incredible opportunities. But where there's opportunity, there's also risk. In today's video, I'm exposing some of the biggest real estate scams happening right now in Dubai, so you can protect your money, time, and peace of mind. Stick with me because I'm breaking down the sneakiest traps and how you can spot and avoid them before it's too late. Hit that like button, subscribe for more real estate investing insights, and let's get right into it. One of the oldest and most dangerous traps is the fake agents and the fake listings. So how does this scam work? An agent posts an incredible property deal, but either the property doesn't exist or they have no authority to sell it. You get pressure to commit quickly and sometimes to even transfer the money upfront. Well, there is an important update, as since 2023, the Dubai Land Department made it mandatory for all the listings to be actually verified by the actual property owner before being uploaded on any marketplace websites. If a property isn't verified, it's illegal. While on the official websites such as Bayut or Property Finder or even Dubizzle, you might see all the properties being verified and so on. It doesn't mean that those agents cannot list them on Facebook Marketplace, which doesn't really require verifying. So how do you protect yourself from this? First of all, only trust the properties that are verified through the official DLD's RERA app or website. It's called the REST app. Ask for the agent's RERA license and for the ID card. Most importantly, double check the ownership using the DLD system before proceeding. Honestly, as a property owner here in Dubai myself, I always get these messages that come from the DXB Land Department on the verification of the unit if I ask one of my agents to upload it on any of these online marketplaces. This is how it works on the landlord side. So if you are going to check those listings and they have been verified, then the owner has actually approved the sale. Another scam, which I also mentioned in the mistakes that most buyers make here in Dubai, is that agents often run away with your deposit. This one happens more often than people actually think, and it can wipe you out instantly. Unfortunately, this scam works pretty easily. Well, you're being shown all these properties, you selected one, and then you really fell in love with this, so the agent asks you to transfer the deposit, and many times in the agent's personal account, or even to an escrow account without any proper checks. This is especially risky when cash payments are involved, which are insanely hard to track. Honestly, this happened to some of my friends' friends and connections, so this definitely is a very, very big risk. And I know personally this is not only a very dangerous process, but it will also block your money and delay legal action being taken onto the agent or just tracing the agent wherever and whenever they come to Dubai and so on. It's a very, very lengthy process. So definitely you will make a good investment when you buy right, not when you sell it. So how to protect yourself against it? Well, pretty easily. Never transfer to the agent's personal account or any escrow account that is not in the name of the agency or anything related to the actual, verified person that is selling this. Verify the escrow accounts with DLD directly and ensure they are assigned to that specific project. Always sign a memorandum of understanding, MOU, and get a legal receipt for anything that you paid. Number 3 is a actually pretty serious scam that has been happening even to me, not really directly, but through my connections and clients. And that is the outstanding external loans on that property, which are super difficult to be traced. And while this may be a surprise, you would think that when you check the property, all the loans being on that. Well, there are some external loans or credits that the people involved into that property, basically the owners, they would actually get some loans against it, and it would be really hard to actually track it if you didn't check the property properly. This is a silent killer for the resale deals. So how this scam usually works, it's either the seller didn't pay off all these outstanding loans and you commit to buying without checking, you place the deposit, and then the deposit will be really difficult to be refunded back to you, even if you prove that you don't want to proceed anymore with this property. Because let's not forget, if you place the deposit, then it's not refundable if you change your mind. So definitely you might be trapped in this situation where you can't actually get that deposit back when you found out that this property has loans against it. This one is a bit more difficult to protect against. However, when you're purchasing or inquiring about this property, just demand a clearance certificate on that and make sure you check the property specifically with all the parties involved on the DLD website, with the banks that might be associated with that property, so that they can send you a clearance certificate that there are no more outstanding loans. Also, double verify with the lender directly what's happening there and how much is outstanding. Never release any money until the outstanding loans are 100% cleared and completed. Well, the next one is also a pretty interesting scam that I've been hearing about, and I also saw a couple of potential scams happening, although they never really ended up with the actual money being lost or something. But there is a big issue when there are multiple owners in one property and they're not really disclosing that ownership. That's a very risky situation that definitely causes delays and might kill the deal entirely. So how this scam could work? Well, you are dealing with the majority owner of one property which you didn't know that has other owners. Or in the worst case, you're dealing with the minority owner that didn't have any sign off from the majority owners of this property. So let's say there are 3 owners and one owns 50% of that, the other 2 own 25 and 25. So one of these minority owners would actually be the one who's initiating the sale, allowing the agents to post everything online, and you are the one who's dealing with him. Well, then you pay a deposit to block this unit for yourself, only to find out that the majority owner never agreed to sell. Well, that is really stupid. So you can definitely protect yourself and avoid this situation, which might not actually lose you money, might not be as impactful as the previously mentioned ones, but will definitely block your money and cause a lot of delays to get it back. So again, check the property with the DLD website, check with the title deed, check that all the owners are listed in there and how much everyone actually owns. Make sure that all the parties involved sign the MOU and the sales agreement, and ask for proof of authorization if the agent represents multiple sellers. Another big scam that is happening, and I have not seen this personally myself, but I've heard it in the market, is that there are many fake property documents. It's honestly one of the most serious and devastating scams that is sometimes happening in Dubai, at least from what I've heard. And this mainly is about forged title deeds where all the information is fake. This fraud works pretty simply, and especially for first-time buyers, the fraudsters can actually forge the title deeds and sometimes even pretend that they are the real owners. You trust the papers, pay a deposit, and guess what? Later you find out that the property isn't even theirs to sell. Well, how to protect yourself against this? Obviously, you need to request for the official title deed, and by that I mean the original title deed. Check the title deed's authenticity on the official DLD website. That is pretty easy to do, and it takes just a couple of seconds to save you a lifetime. Confirm yourself the details of that property, the owner's Emirates ID, and the property registration number. Some additional red flags to watch out for include, first of all, the extreme urgency when the agents really push you to close this deal and tell you that you need to close it right now because otherwise it's going to be too late. Huge red flag. Cash-only deals, they're also risky because there's no real traceability, so you can't really prove much if you haven't really documented it properly. Too good to be true deals. Obviously, discounts rarely happen without a catch, so there are obviously distressed deals, but usually those are really hard to find, And if you even find them, definitely make sure you check all the aforementioned things and facts to be sure that you're not buying something fake. No official company email, so if you're dealing with an agent, then make sure that they actually are the real agents. They have a business WhatsApp, they have a actual email from that agency. Even check the agency so that's officially registered and they have some historical transactions. And the last one is avoiding official site visits. If they don't want to take you there, then definitely that's a red flag, so walk away from such deals. Nevertheless, if you want to protect yourself from such investments, I offer personal one-to-one coaching calls where we'll build on your entire investment strategy together, including safe buying practices, verification steps, and smart negotiating tactics. You can book your first call right now, and if you're continuing with one of the packages for the coaching, then the first call will get waived. And now I've made it even easier for some of the larger courses. You can pay in 3 installments. Link is in the description below, so let's make sure your next investment in Dubai is 100% secure. To wrap up, Dubai's real estate scene is full of fascinating and really cool opportunities, but only if you navigate it wisely. Protect yourself, stay informed, and never run into deals without due diligence. If you found this video helpful, then don't forget to smash the thumbs up button, subscribe for more straight talk insights, and leave a comment below. What's one scam you heard about or experienced in Dubai real estate? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.